he's going to go over defending the saddle position and how I like to try to get out of here. Okay, so a few things that are really important from here. First of all, if my knee is bent, it's much harder for me to free my leg out of here. So if my knee's in a bent position, it's really hard to get out. And it also, you can see Ben has a good ability to catch the heels and attack the heel. Okay, so I want to have my legs straight, and I want to turn my knee as much as, like, I want to point my toes as far as I can here. It's actually mostly a hip rotation. Point my toes as far in as I can. Now, what you'll see, if Ben's applying a really tight saddle, this is going to be really tight against my hip, and he's going to flare his knee. And what that does, if that's really tight, see how little I can turn my foot in here? So he might still be able to catch that. If he's got really good positioning, he might still be able to catch my toes and lock the heel. So what I want to do, it's counterintuitive, but I actually want to move a little to my right. Okay, so keep that as tight as you can. Stop me turning my foot in. So I can do this now. I move my hips a little to the right, and I can turn my foot a lot more. Okay, and as I do that, I'm flaring my knee out and starting to free my left foot to begin the escape. Okay, so again, Ben's nice and tight here like this. You could have the triangle, you've got the triangle your legs. Flaring this, I'm going to move my hips to the right, and I'm going to extend and point my toes like this. Okay, now another thing that's counterintuitive, but the more I try to actually pull away as I do this, the easier it might be for Ben to catch the toes. I actually want to kick, as I move to my right, I want to kick a little deep with my foot. Okay, you can see if he tries to go for that now, he has to like it's not easy to catch my heel here compared to if I'm trying to pull away. My toes actually land in. Okay, so I'll start to pull out actually later on as he begins to turn. Okay, obviously if my toes are back like this, you can see how big of a grip he can, like this is a great lever for finishing the heel hook. If my toes are pointed, much more likely that I slip my heel. So go for it now. Hard while my toes are pointed to get a really good grip on the heel, and much more likely to slip. Okay, so as I do this, I want to point my toes, my hips go to the right, point my toes like this. Now you notice my hands are on the ground. For me, I don't really hand fight pretty much at all. Possibly once he's got the heel hook on, if I was willing to engage in this battle, this would be the time potentially to try to like get my hands forward and peel it off. But before he's got the bite on the heel, my hands will be on the mat, allowing my hips to move like so. Okay, so we're here, I hip out, straighten my leg, point my toes. Ben, usually, if he wants to get the heel hook, he's going to start to roll to chase it. Okay, he's going to start turning, he's going to try to roll through. If I stayed here, yes, eventually he would be able to dig the heel and catch it. Okay, but I'm going to make it so he has to roll all the way through. And it's really hard to keep a tight triangle, tight with your legs as you roll. There will be some gaps that form as you do this. So as I go here, Ben starts to roll, I start to move with him, and I start to bring my left foot back to start to kick. Okay? It might be that we do a couple of rolls, but once I get this foot in here, it's really easy to kick out and free my leg. Okay. So again, we're here like this, hip out to the side and through. I move. Now I'm starting to disengage. Okay, so I'm kicking, pushing, and disengaging. Usually I do like to kick this bottom leg in particular. I find it the easiest one to get at, but really you can push anywhere. Okay, so sometimes if he's stuck with this for a moment, sometimes I'll use my hand to help free my leg. Okay, but again, that's moving my hips away to the right to get in front with this leg. Okay, once I'm here, there's very, very, very little chance that Ben's able to finish this inside heel hook. Okay, last thing I want to talk about. If Ben controls this leg, so a lot of people go for this, what do they call double trouble, where he goes to like an ankle lock or whatever. Basically, ignore this. Ignore their grip. Biggest mistake you can make is think that anything they're doing with this leg is dangerous. Okay? If he starts trying to leg lock this leg, and I start doing this to defend, what I'm actually doing is I'm exposing my right heel. That's what he's really after. He's trying to attack this. Okay? So even though he can grab that leg, whatever, I'm still trying to point my toes on my right leg as much as I can here. He can do all that stuff. It doesn't bother me that much. When he wants to actually do his real heel hook, he's going to have to let go of that leg, and that's what I'm waiting for, to start freeing my leg and start getting out. Okay, so That said, I don't want him to grab that leg. I'm just saying I ignore the threats of the attack here. I know he's really wanting my right leg. Okay, so whatever he's doing, I pretty much ignore that. There is one, like, you know, I don't want him to get like this sort of leg lock if I let my foot turn out like that. So I keep this one still pointed in a little bit. The straight foot lock shouldn't really be a threat. That doesn't really bother me. Now, as he's collecting this leg, of course, I will still, so, you know, often he'll try to take it to the other side. You know, I will push on, like any grip here, I push and I try and pull my knee back towards myself first to free that leg. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to swing it wide while he's holding this. I tend to try to pull back like this. Turn, push, and free yourself.